This is a story as old as the earth itself. It's the story of the hunt. From the beginnings of time, mankind has taken part in the hunt. Fathers passing it on to sons, and grandsons learning from their grandfathers. And now, mothers and wives and daughters taking part as well. Millions of us everywhere performing our role as part of Mother Nature. From the plains of Africa to the prairies of South Dakota, from the forests of Siberia to the mountains of New Zealand. The names and faces may have changed over time, but the experience still remains the same. Almost all stories of the hunt begin the same. Waking up before the earth does, in a chilly room, wanting to lay there, catch those last few moments of sleep. The peer pressure does an amazing thing. We have a hard time getting up for work at 7 in the morning, rolling out of bed with a cold floor while it's dark outside. Doesn't seem quite as hard on that opening day of deer season when your friends are all waiting for you. No one wants to be the last one out of bed at camp. A quick trip outside into the chilly air that's a little chillier than you remember it being from last year, and it's back inside for breakfast. The designated camp cook serving up food that you know your mother wouldn't want you eating. But on this day, this time, it tastes better than any 5-star cuisine you can get. Now, it's an important time of the hunt, a time for tall tales of that 30-point buck everybody seems to have seen at least once or twice, but nobody's managed to bag. It's a time for making plans. Who's going to go down in the swamp? Who's going to walk the ridges? Who's going to get stuck with the bad luck blind this year? Quick glance at the clock and you realize you better get a move on if you're going to make it out there before first light. Your gun's been waiting for you over in the corner. Bundled up in camo and orange. Having a hard time bending over after it's all on to lace up your boots. Starting to sweat and you're not even half dressed. It's time to head out and get in that blind. You stumble down the trail to your spot. The whole world seems like it turned upside down overnight. Not nearly as quiet as you want to be. But finally you get to your blind and situate yourself inside, load your gun, settle in. It's time for the actual hunting to begin. The pre-dawn silence is disconcerting. It hides every sign of life out there, and in the back of your mind you wonder, am I the hunter or the hunted? But then in a blink of an eye you realize you can see. The sun's coming. Slowly you begin to see some detail. Tree branches against the lightening sky. Everything's enveloped in a mist. A light fog from the frost on the ground and the slowly warming air. First 10, then 20, then 50 yards you can see. And you hear the occasional chirp of the first awakening birds. They haven't yet left their roost for the night, but they're throwing out a call here and there to let their friends know where they're at. The sun, where it's beginning to hit the tops of the trees, are turning the frost-covered branches into gold, like the gold in your wedding band. It's almost as if the whole day is being born right before your very eyes, just for you. Many of us wish we had someone there we could share it with. Or maybe you're one of the lucky ones who brought a friend along. Shooting lights here now, and your senses are on high alert. Every little sound of leaves rustling from the wind or twigs rubbing together makes you jump with a start. Could be a deer, couldn't it? Oh, it's just the red squirrels doing their famous white-tailed deer imitation, running through the leaves. Pretty soon they'll be squawking at each other. It's amazing how serious they take the gathering of their food. The one fight they can't win, though, is against these blue jays. Wait a minute. That sounds like it's too big to be a squirrel. Isn't it? Oh man, that's a deer. I could see its tail flick. I think it's going to come out of those trees right there in that opening. Man, it's moving slow. What's it waiting for? Oh, look at that. It's got antlers. I can't tell how many points, but there's a lot of them. I'm not even going to look at them. Just needs to get a little bit closer. Maybe another 50 yards. Keep coming this way. Look at that guy. Look at the way he's walking. All stiff-legged, neck's all swollen. He is definitely the dominant buck in this area. He's coming in like, if you know what's good for you, you better not mess with me. Oh, a little bit closer. Gotta hope the wind doesn't change. It's perfect right now. Keep coming, buddy. Not too much farther. Oh, there's a doe. Oh no. Oh no, don't follow that doe. She's good. Okay. She's gonna stay right there in that field. Here he comes. Here he comes. Gotta take the shot now. Deep breath. Pick a spot. Squeeze the trigger. Oh my God. Looking down at the life you just took, the first pangs of guilt start to appear, but then you realize this is your role as part of nature. One thing is certain, never before have you felt so much respect for an animal. And as you and your family eat this deer over the next winter, you'll remember why it is that you hunt.